Hey, welcome back to Livin MN Outdoors. I'm Daniel, and thanks for tuning in to this week's fishing report. It's a new open water season, guys. We are glad to have you joining us. If you guys could, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell to all. It's free, and you will be notified every time we post a new fishing report or fishing video. Now, if you guys use any of the guides or resorts mentioned in today's fishing report, please let them know that you saw them on Livin MN Outdoors. It goes a long way with helping us out, and that helps us bring you guys accurate and recent fishing reports. But with that being said, let's dive right into it. All right, this week we're going to start up on Leech Lake. We were up there this past Sunday. The current water temps are in the mid-50s. The walleye and perch, they are post-spawn. They're starting to move back out a little bit deeper, but we did do some scanning and found pretty good schools of both perch and walleyes. Now, the areas that you can find those walleyes, 9 to 13 feet of water on the first breaks off of the shoreline. Look for that sand to gravel transition. Some of the good areas are Goose Flats, Hardwoods, Duck, Traders Bay. Any of those shoreline breaks in that 9 to 13 feet of water, those are going to be good. The best method to catch those are going to be a jig and minnow, but there are going to be some guys throwing slip bobbers and leeches or jigs and leeches, and they will have some success as well. Now, the perch bite up there still are some perch up in shallow, but the majority of them have moved out, hanging out around those walleyes in that 9 to 13 feet of water, so you probably will end up with a mixed bag. Now, as far as the panfish bite goes, the north end of the lake, look for milfoil, 6 to 10 feet of water, either a slip bobber or pitching a jig in a plastic or a jig in a minnow will work to put some of those in the boat as well. Now, if you guys are looking for spot tail shiners, definitely go ahead, call some bait shops ahead of time. You might not be able to find them up north, so check along your route on the way up, and hopefully one of those bait shops will have some spot tails. If you can't get those, fatheads, rainbows, golden shiners, all of those will work as well, but those spot tail shiners are the go-to bait at this time of the year. Now, if you guys are looking for a guide trip out on Leech Lake Guide Team LLC, they do a phenomenal job. I believe they got 9 or 10 guides on their team. Whether you want to chase walleye and perch, bluegill and crappies, maybe a mixed bag, muskies, there are guides on that team that specialize in all of those. So go ahead, check them out on Facebook, look them up on their website, give them a call, and get a guide trip on the books. All right, guys, now moving over to Lake Winnie. Over on Lake Winnie, the water temps seem to be just a little bit colder than on Leech Lake, still in the low 50s. As far as the walleye bite out there, of course, nobody's been fishing them, but I've talked to some of the guys up in the area that have been out scouting. They said 8 to 14 feet of water on the north end or in Tamarack Bay. Now, just like Leech Lake, a jig and a minnow is going to be the method of choice. That doesn't mean you can't catch them other ways. Slip bobbers are always a go-to as well. But as far as those walleye go, 8 to 14 feet of water, get on a break line. You're gonna find some fish on that north end or up in Tamarack Bay. Now, as far as the perch bite goes out there, the perch are tough to find right now. They might have a few mixed in with those walleyes, but you're probably going to have to do some searching if you are looking to get after perch. Now, I haven't got any reports on panfish other than early on the crappie bite was pretty decent, but as of late they have been a little bit tougher to find. Now, I would suspect with these warm days coming up, the bluegill and crappies, they will start to move in shallow, so check those shallow weed lines or up in the weeds, throw a slip bobber up in there, and you probably will catch a few panfish. Now, if you are looking for a guide trip out on Lake Winnie, Zups Guide Service, he runs a great operation up there, one of the premier walleye guides in the state. He is running full day trips, or if you would like, he is running a twilight trip as well. That goes from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You get to watch the sunset and catch some beautiful walleyes out on Lake Winnie. Now, Zups told me that he does have some availability mixed in the month of May and early June midweek, but then the last week in June through the 4th of July, he does have some weekend and midweek availability there as well. So if you guys are looking to get up to Lake Winnie on a guide trip, definitely go ahead and give Scott a call from Zups Guide Service. All right, now if you guys are looking for a place to stay up on Lake Winnie, we highly recommend the Pines Resort. Chad runs a great operation over there. They do have a full bar and restaurant. They have cabins, they have campsites, fish cleaning shack, and just a reminder, guys, the bar and restaurant is not only for resort guests. It's open to the public, whether you're out on the lake or you just drive in. You can go there, eat some food, have some drinks, enjoy some time up on the resort. Now, if you guys do want to pull your boat in there, have some lunch, some drinks, they do have dock slips. You are more than welcome to dock your boat, walk up to the bar and restaurant, and then get right back out fishing and enjoy the rest of your day out on the water. So if you guys are looking to get up to Lake Winnie, need a place to stay, or a great place to have some food and drinks, go ahead and check out the Pines Resort. All right, now moving over to Mille Lacs Lake. I know Mille Lacs has been very controversial with the new regulations out there. Definitely make sure you go ahead and check those out before hitting the water. But Mille Lacs Lake is setting up to be a dynamite walleye and smallmouth opener. The walleyes, look for those in that 10 to 16 feet of water. Shoreline rock structures, Big Point over on the east side, Indian Point over on the west side. Some of those rocky island structures are going to be great as well. And then on the north end, on the sand, look on that first break, and you're more than likely going to run into some really nice walleyes. Now, as far as how to catch those, a jig and a minnow is going to work, but Mille Lacs Lake is known for its slip bobber fishing. So don't be afraid to throw a slip bobber, whether you have leeches, night crawlers, or minnows. The slip bobber is going to be key to boating a ton of those nice fish. Now, the smallmouth bass fishing out there, I got a report today that the smallmouth are starting to show up on beds. So look for those smallmouth in 6 to 10 feet of water. I would suspect that the majority of those fish that have already moved up might be males. There's probably going to be some females joining them very shortly. But if you're having trouble finding some of them bigger smallmouth, bump out a little bit deeper into that 10 to 16 feet of water, and you might find some of those really big smallmouth that Mille Lacs Lake is famous for. Now, best ways to catch those smallmouth, a jerkbait in purple is going to work really well. Jig in a plastic, drop shot, Ned rig, all of those work really well out on Mille Lacs Lake. So if you want to chase some smallmouth, get up there. This weekend is going to be good, and don't miss out. Now, if you're looking for a place to stay up on Mille Lacs Lake, we highly recommend Castles Resort. They do have a couple of cabins still available for this weekend. So if you forgot to make plans, you want to make some last minute plans, go ahead, call Jeff or Kimberly and get one of those cabins booked up. Now, Castles Resort, they do offer pontoon rentals. You can contact them. They can put you in touch with a guide if that's what you're looking for. And also, Castles Resort is now in the dock business. So if you're looking to have your dock put in, repaired, or you're looking to buy a new dock, go ahead, give Jeff a call, and he can accommodate you on that as well. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this week's fishing report. If you guys want to be featured in next week's fishing report, send some pictures in to us on Facebook, or you can send them to our email, livinmnoutdoors@gmail.com. We will put your pictures in next week's fishing report. Hope you guys have a ton of luck out there. Remember, be safe. Before you head out for fishing opener, make sure you have your life jackets, your throwable, make sure the plug is in the boat, check your fire extinguishers, make sure everything is in order so you don't get any tickets or whatever might go wrong. Otherwise, have fun. Be kind at the boat ramp. You're going to run into some rookies backing in their boat. Offer them a helping hand or just be patient. Everybody will make it on the lake eventually, and it's not worth getting in a fight over. So we'll see you guys next week, Thursday mornings. Every week we'll post an updated fishing report. Appreciate all of the support. We hope you guys get out fishing, but most importantly, don't forget to get on out and get living.